I am Andrew, 1-star peeps, 5-star games, and this is Always Be Reaping, March 4th, 2020. Thank you for making it today. I really appreciate that. Got some more exciting keyforge lessons. So watching last stream, I realized that while cards plus board is very important, and cards plus board is very important, the real big thing that most new players forget or don't realize, especially if they're coming from other games, is that reaping is the way to win the game. Most people when they first start out fight too much, and today we're going to try and get that. We're going to learn about fighting, when it's right to fight, trying to find good trades, and just try to reap as much as possible, because that's the real route to victory. Even before picking your house, that's part of the reason why, even before picking your house, you should be trying to find how one of the other skills from another main driving factor to picking the correct house for the turn might just be which one gets me the most amber. Normally that works out to be cards plus board, because your board is you reap for one and cards are sometimes give you one, and so that's it. They pretty easily work together. But the main point of today is when should I be reaping? When should I be? It's more better question. Sorry, when should I be reaping? The answer is as much as possible. So then the question is, when should I not be reaping? And that's when you need to fight. So when we have to, so part of today is always be reaping, and then when we have to fight, trying to line up the best trades possible, and understanding when and why to trade in keyforge is a little bit different than trying to figure out trades in Magic. I'm going to refer to Magic a bunch because Magic is the only card game I've really played aside from keyforge. And so yeah, let's write some stuff down. Oh, and I guess on top of that, this is all related to Delta. We kind of touched on it yesterday a little bit. So here we go. Always be reaping. There's a reason why today's stream is called Always. Oh wow, spelling is hard. There we go. I should take this time to talk about my team. You might see I'm on this wonderful team called Reap Out. They're great people. Part of the reason why the team name is because reaping is one of the most important things to do in the game. You should go check out their website. If you enjoy my content, you'll probably like some of their stuff. It's a lot more like intermediate focused than I'm trying to be right now. But there's a lot of like Vault Tour review or like reports and strategy guides, and Vault Tour results are definitely posted there all the time. So always be reaping, which means when to trade. So things to consider today. Number one is going to be when to trade, or what is a good trade. We're going to try and focus on that. Ooh, I'm sorry. You guys are going to have to deal with my handwriting. Was a good trade? Does that come out okay? And then, was a good trade? And can we improve our delta? Improve delta, and so I kind of briefly touched on delta before, and it's not necessarily a concept I think about a lot, but it's a really good way to understand how, like the clock, if you're familiar with the term clock. Let me step back. Delta, kind of went over it yesterday. The concept of delta is that you're going to take, let's do that. Delta is equal to, you need to pick a house. I'll draw a little house symbol or mushroom, your choice. The house with the most creature, or the biggest board presence on your side of the board. They're the number of permanents that you have are creatures. Your friendly minus a singular house worth of creatures. Ooh my god. Opponent. Yeah. Good luck reading that. And that gives you the delta, the difference between these two numbers tells you how much more amber per turn you can gain by reaping than your opponent can. And that's really what it comes down to. That's what delta is about. And so while you're fighting for delta or your reap potential, if everything just stays the same, then whoever reaps 18 times first, right? This keyforge, I guess I want to talk about that too. Right, so the point of keyforge is to earn 3 keys. Huh. Alright, whatever. 3 keys. And each key is equal to, sorry, let's do this. Where did my eraser go? I do have that. Alright, 1 key is equal to 6 amber. And the goal is to get 3 keys. So we need 18 amber. That's right. Basic keyforge math. So if we have a delta of 1 more than them, we're gonna win before them, right? So we'll win in. So they have 0. If we can reap for 1 every turn, if we gain 1 amber every turn, it's gonna take us 18 turns to win. If they start reaping for 1 every turn or gaining 1 amber every turn, then it's going to take them 18 turns to win, and then the race becomes whoever started doing that first. But when you have a delta of 1, you cut that time in half. Or you cut your clock in half, and so then you are now in the lead in this race to 18 amber. Things like amber control will change this number, but that's really the key of the game is to get to 18 amber, and that's why you should always be reaping, because it gets you to 18 amber first. So by increasing, why the delta is important is by increasing the number of creatures that we have of our biggest house, we decrease the number of turns it's going to take to get to 18 amber, and by decreasing the amount of creatures our opponent controls, it's going to increase the number of turns it takes them to get to 18 amber, and that's part of what makes you win in keyforge, right? Obviously, first 1 to 3 keys wins. So if it takes them 10 turns to get to 18 amber and it takes us 8 turns to get to 18 amber, then we win the game. So that's why it's important. Always be reaping. So if you're not reaping but you're fighting instead, you're technically reducing your delta. Hopefully, you're reducing the amount of amber you're going to gain for that turn. The concept of delta is more of a long-term view of the game. So the longer you can hold a positive delta, the more amber you're going to generate for yourself. The more advantage, the more net amber you're going to gain between your turn and your opponent's turn. So if I gain 5 amber on my turn and my opponent gains 4 amber, I've essentially net gained 1 amber. I've taken a 1 amber lead over them for that round of turns. And that's important because obviously first person 18, and it's not a game where after I get to my 3rd key, I give my opponent a chance to get to a 3rd key. So that's the deal we're going to focus on today. With that, let's talk about the unpublished quantum. No, we're not going to talk about the unpublished quantum. We're just going to jump into a game, and we're going to play more unpublished quantum, mostly because it has a lot of creatures, and it should be a good. We're going to have to really think about our trades here. And try to always be reaping, really. That's the goal. This game will start. The competitive queue is a little... People tend to walk away from their computers, I bet, a little bit, because it takes a little bit longer for the games to pop. So I'm trying to be a little patient with Callium SLZ. Let's see. What else? So that's the plan for today. We can... Let's see. What else do we want to talk about? I guess I'm going to ditch this game. Let's jump into Citizen Green's game. When possible, I'm going to try and jump into competitive games just to hopefully get a little bit more of a little tougher check on the theories and stuff we're testing today in the day. Ooh, they're actually reading our deck list. We're still skipping reading the deck list stuff. I don't care about... I mean, I do care. We really should be reading this person's deck list and trying to figure out their strengths and weaknesses. But more important, we need to know the strengths and weaknesses of our deck before we can really understand what's in their deck. But we treat this kind of like sealed. We can look at their houses right now, and they have Brobnar and Saurian, so we know for sure they're playing Worlds Collide and Dis. Interesting to play Brobnar. It looks like they disconnected, so maybe they weren't... there we go. Maybe they weren't reading our deck list. So we're just going to keep this hand. It looks pretty good. We get double... it's a little weak because this War Drummer is going to... this War Drummer... Some things to think about. This War Drummer gives us 2 play effects, and we have 2 play effect creatures, but this Bumpsy is not going to get a play effect twice. And this Crump is definitely something we would normally want to fight with. Okay. Man, this represents a lot of Amber Control right now, which actually this deck doesn't have a lot of. We'll go over Amber Control stuff later. Let's go with... they have a lot of big dudes. Shoot. Well, we're going to play Brobnar. We're starting with the Crump because it's the only one without a play effect. And so if we can start... If for some reason they jump out the gates with a huge boatload of Amber, we will actually be even more ready to deal with it. So we can fight... We can fight and make them lose 1. And then replay our War Drummer and then Gengar Chieftain. Or we can fight... If they play small stuff, we can fight Gengar Chieftain, fight War Drummer, fight it again, make them lose 3, 4, 5. We can actually make them lose 5 this next turn if we really needed to, but they're not going to get up that high. They don't have basically Codon Tam. It's the only thing I would think would be able to deal with that. So I don't care about these creatures. They're too... So thinking about so always be reaping. So we're going to pick Brobnar. We're definitely going to reap first here because we can. These are both fight effects, and the only creature we're going to play that these could fight and get their fight effects off is our War Drummer. So we're going to play this Chieftain to the right, and we're going to fight... we're going to fight the Malison. We're going to have such a significant board presence that it's not going to matter if they decide to force us back into Brobnar. Oops, actually, I'm dumb. Whatever. So, yeah, so that's why we're gonna, the trades, we didn't actually even have to consider trades. We had to fight twice with our Gengar Chieftain, which cleared their board, and we got to reap the first time. I guess we would have been able to reap with Gengar Chieftain using the Ready and Fight trick, but it's important to reap when you can. Sometimes you won't be able to do that. Yep, so that is, here we go, always be reaping. Definitely going to be happening some more. We're going to probably reap out again. Oh, my stuff's a little out of line. Yeah, I messed with some of my overlays the other day. Alright, so Flamewake Shaman comes down. This is a creature with a play effect, and it's small enough that it will have a tough time actually fighting into any of our creatures, and we don't have any creatures we want to protect. So we are safe to ignore this creature. At this point, our delta is 3, so our delta is now 2. So the Berserker slammed. Okay, that was their goal, was to kill our Bumpsy for some reason. Flamewake Shaman number 2. Alright, now delta is 0. No one has any advantage here. They have 2 play effect creatures, so we don't care that much. Alright, so now delta is -1 for us. Still a bunch of play effects. Floor is lava. So we don't care about any of these creatures anymore. They're all gonna reap for 1. The delta is in their favor by 1. So if we can throw it into the other direction, we totally would like to. So we're gonna go with Untamed, mostly because this Nocturnal Maneuvers is gonna increase our delta by 1 for a turn. Or now the delta is 2 for us, and it's still 2 for us. But this Big Twig is actually we get to reap with Big Twig, or when we reap with Big Twig, it will reduce their delta. Also, same with the Piranha Monkeys. Actually, in this case, it's going to clear their whole board when we go back into Untamed. So that's the goal. That's what's going on right now. And also, this floor is lava until they're gonna have to. So floor is lava says at the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to a friendly creature and 1 to an enemy creature. So while they have 3 creatures that they're gonna be able to spread this damage around, this Piranha Monkey is gonna get them. Wow, they went into Brobnar. Interesting. They don't have any creatures to use. They killed our War Drummer. That's fine. They continue to reduce our delta. Except because we have the redundancy, it didn't actually reduce the delta. So we can still both of us still get to reap for 1, or both of us still get to reap. Both my houses still get to reap for 2. Cool. All right. So they got rid of the Piranha Monkeys. And yeah, look at that. We need to. So we're gonna continue trying to reduce, even out the delta again. Except this time we're going to do it in Logos because we have this removal card. So we'll put 3 damage here, 2 damage here, 1 damage here. It will, and play 3 creatures, so we will be tied once again. This Big Twig is not going to do enough work for us. Also, by putting damage on this Mog Hunter here, it has a fight effect. It won't have any creatures that can fight, and so it will lose out on that ability. So we'll go this way. Probably what we're doing here. So now also this floor is lava. We'll have to target this Alaka or this Mog Hunter. I think we're gonna protect the Titan mechanic for a couple of turns here. Let's just do 1 turn. No, a couple turns. Alright, so they have a better delta than us right now. They could just reap for a whole bunch, and we will have to do something about it, which we don't really have the tools to deal with. We do have this Lost in the Woods and Dust Pixie, but again, we're not improving our delta. We can definitely go into Brobnar and start fighting some more stuff. Smash is going to buy some temporary time, too. But all these creatures are now just really just gain 1 amber a turn creatures. So we don't care too much about them. They've gone Brobnar again. And they're going to reap for 4. Cool. We did spend most of our amber control already. So it's a little rough for us, but that's cool. Good for us. So what I'm thinking about now is our next turn. They might be considering the same thing. Actually, they probably should be considering the same thing. We're going to probably go Brobnar. They might be considering that. So they went up to 6. Oh, they fought Escater. Oh, they're trying to put the mechanic on the side. Interesting. Okay. Um, so I'm thinking going Brobnar now. I don't see why a reason not to. My thought process here. Well, no, we're always be reaping. We don't need to fight. Our creatures are better than their creatures for the most part, and this floor is lava. While they might be able to pick on my creatures and have a bunch of tank damage here in the Mog Hunter. So we'll play this creature to the left. Boom. Stun that guy. Left and more left. So I was thinking that I could abuse the floor as lava to, if I fought my Gengar Chieftain into their Mog Hunter, then they would have to pick one of their 4-power creatures to kill the floor as lava. And so then they would lose 2 creatures for my 1. But we're gonna reap Golden Spiral. Cool. Let's see. We can go for a key charge next turn if we want to, but so this is, yeah, we definitely are going to, we actually might want to wait on this, mostly because these Quest Tutorials are going to get nice and fat with a bunch of extra Exalted Amber on them, and this Lost in the Woods, almost regardless of what they do, is going to give us the extra Amber. So we're going to go Brobnar once again. Yep. We're going to reap. Reap. And more reaping. We'll play the Smash on the left. We will stun. Let's stun one of the Questers. And that's where we're at. So we'll continue to improve our Delta. We can basically race now, because we're in the lead with lost 1. So there's still 4-3. But not too big a deal at this point. They're gonna probably start stacking. Oh, they're gonna keep stacking here. So they're just gonna keep putting 1 on everything. That's fine. I don't care that much. We're gonna Lost in the Woods, and then it's gonna be real bad for them. Well, they'll probably play another creature. Chant of Hubris before they exalted. Interesting. Or did they must have done that last turn. I missed it. Sorry, I noticed their discard pile. This card here. It moves 1 amber from a creature to another creature. So what that card does is you basically will take captured or exalted amber off of your creature and put it on your opponent's creature. So that way when you kill it, it's like a kind of a steal 1 or a gain extra 1 depending on the source of the amber. So, yeah. So that last turn was pretty much might have been one of our first not cards plus board. I don't know. We had 4 or 5. Yeah, might have been about the same. All right, unstun Mog Hunter. So now they have 4 to R4. They have a fight creature that can't fight, and it can fight our Dysania, which is fine, I guess. They get no fight effects, so they have 3 dumb creatures and 1 creature that potentially does a thing, while we have 1 creature that potentially does a thing. We have 1 that heals itself when it fights, so it's 1 that... Oh, both of these have good, essentially, fight effects. What's Mog Hunter gonna do? Oh, they decide to fight our Smash. Okay. They're just removing their damaged creatures because Flora's Lava is gonna get them anyways. That's fine. Fight. Okay. Cool. So our Delta is still +1. Lost 1 creature for their 2, right? Great. That's fine with me. We'll take the red key. We'll continue going Brobnar. We don't need to improve. We don't... This Dysania, these things will only get better. We're ahead in this race. I don't care. If Grog wants to fight this Desania, I don't care. We'll just keep playing. Just reaping. Reap out. Awesome. Always be reaping. So now we've pulled ahead. They took a turn off of trying to keep up with us. So we were a little bit behind. And that's just what happens by kind of focus on Delta. Good call to add damage to my Crump. The Smog Hunter, well, this Crump can trade here if they wanted to. It also has less targets. It can fight itself. It can't fight the Grok anymore to make them lose one. But it can still, if I really wanted to, I could still just fight and kill these questers. Oh, they've chosen Dis. This is the first time I think I've seen them play Dis. Buzzle, interesting. I wonder if they're going to go for a big murder spree here. Purge all their creatures and fight down my Brobnar line? That doesn't sound good. But looks like they're doing it. Buzzle purged a sun creature, that's okay. So that makes this Lost in the Woods plan a little weaker, but whatever. Ooh, Buzzle number 2. Okay, so they're just trading creatures for reaps, which sounds okay, I guess. They didn't reduce their Delta because their questers were at 2 and they had the redundancy in Brobnar. So they're going to trade 2 for 2, but they're getting it... Oh, they chose not to go with the second one. They like their Grok too much, I guess. Exhume to play Malice on. Okay. And Rot Grub. Alright, so now it's 4-4. Alright, so... I guess the plan here is to go Brobnar still. This Fire Spitter is worth a lot of, essentially... It's worth a lot of, Delta. Because we will murder the Rock Grub plus something else that we want to fight. So we're gonna fight this mouse on here to kill 2 of their creatures. The Rock Grub Mug. So we got rid of Delta -2 for them. So we're up now by +1. We're gonna reap here, and we're gonna go to check instead of fighting anything. That's fine, I think. So yeah, always be reaping. I mean, these Buzzles can fight us, but part of the strength of this deck is we don't really have creatures we care too much about. If they die, they die. Our creatures are good because they can reap. If they want to waste their time fighting our creatures, that's perfectly fine. And that's what's going on here. So yeah, once again, Delta, we're at 4 minus, so we're at +2 Delta because they have 2 disc creatures and we have 4 Brobnar creatures. So if nothing else changes, we should win. We're at 12 of our 18 amber. You can't really see that. 12 of our 18, so we need 2 more turns of Brobnar to win the game, while they need 2 + 6, 8. So they'll take them 4 turns to get their required 8 amber, if nothing else changes. Alright, they picked Saurian. Cool, that's pretty much what we're hoping for with this Lost in the Woods here. Alright, this is a huge... So this is really the first creature that they played that actually is a threat. That Reap effect is so powerful. This creature cannot be allowed to live, honestly. and they kind of agree it's super powerful, so they are using this order here to get extra uses out of it. It's worth giving me, well, they gain 1 amber for reaping, so they kind of net positive, it's net 0 for them, but then they get the reap effect, which is huge. So that is a card worth trading if I had almost anything. Like, obviously, so a good example, this Dysania, it has a play effect. It's on the board. It did its thing. It's now just a big dumb creature. It doesn't reap, it doesn't do anything. So I would be more than happy to trade Dysania for this Dilophosaurus, because this Dilophosaurus will continue to gain an extra value over the course of the game. So I wonder if they are going to Golden Spiral this Paraguardian so they can ward these Dilophosaurus. But we do have the best ward popper here. So wards aren't too big a deal, but it's definitely not a ward popping ability in Untamed, which is really what I want to be doing. How'd they... Oh yeah, they put... Okay. Right, they have to exalt it to give it a ward. Cool. So this definitely looks like a big fighty turn. They get to 6 exactly. Alright, we're going to forge our blue key. We're going to pick Brobnar again. Yeah, I'm going to pick Brobnar again. So Delta is 4, so it's tied. So we want to adjust that as much as possible. So we pop the war. So Fire Spitter dealt 1 to all of their creatures. We are going to try and pull them off a key. It's not quite always be reaping. Let's do the fighting first. This fight here gained us 2 amber. So it's like we didn't have to spend our reap time on it. Same here with this fight. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to still gain the 1 amber that they got from exalting. And then we're going to fight. We'll fight here. So we continue to gain amber and reduce their delta. And we pulled them off check. We still have good answers for this quester with the Lost in the Woods in our hand. So we don't necessarily need to kill the quester. The main reason to attack the quester was to get a free the free ward pop. It didn't cost us any damage on our Fire Spitter. Alright, they used Floor's Lava to kill one of our creatures, and they dealt some more damage to their creatures. So Fire Spitter now, actually, when it fights, it just clears their whole board. We definitely don't need to do that. Next turn, we're just going to do Lost in the Woods, Dust Picks, a Key Charge, and just win the game. But, yeah, that's cards plus board, or that's Delta. So we've taken a lot of non-cards plus board turns this game. We see how that kind of plays out. Oh, look. Alright, well, still not going to change anything if their plan is to tribute. Unless they have a way to get rid of... They could 6 Emperor here. They have... Oh, Exile. Okay, cool. That's one way to make us lose a bunch of Amber. That's fine. And then they're going to fight. Yeah, okay. They go up to 12. Alright, so now they have enough Amber to win the game. So... Saurus Rex. So what do we have to do here? I'm trying to, our best way to win the game is to... Oh, I got it. Okay, so this is how we win the game. We can so long as Titan Mechanic, so here's new game plan. So long as Titan Mechanic is able to be put on the flank, if we can get up to 6 amber, so if we reap for 3 over here, and then we go up to 6 with these guys, leave Titan Mechanic on the flank, then we can key charge for 5. So we're just gonna go. Maybe we go Logos here. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're gonna go Logos actually. Give us as many options as we can get. Play this creature. Oh, shoot. I messed up. I'm bad at this game. Forgot to play my library access first. Didn't matter. And reap. And that's it. Man, if I might have been able to draw this phase shift, and that would have helped a lot. I'm sorry, guys. That's my bad. Yeah, we improved our delta. We're up 4 to their 2. So that's fine. Oh, this is... Boop. There we go. Although that's where my chat box is, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, put you underneath. So that's the game plan now. Infernus, great. We hopefully don't have too many amber pips in our yard. We've got 1, 2. Alright, so I don't think we have much of a choice here. What did they purge? Yeah, 2 pips. So we need to get to 6. Man, that's... Oof, it's a little rough. We didn't quite get there this game. What? And Hysteria. Interesting. Oh, and they get to replay their Infernus? This is worth 2. We need a key charge. That looks like the game. I don't think there's anything else I can do here. That Tribute plus Exile really undid us by a whole lot. They basically stole 5 from us. I'm trying to figure out what else to purge. We don't have any more Amber Pips to purge, so they purged 2 of their cards. Oh. Yeah, and we lost a lot of our Amber control in the beginning of the game. And we never saw our Hunting Witch, but that's fine. So, is there anything we get to do? We can gain 3 Amber. Or we can gain 4 Amber. Or we can clear their board. So we'll just hit the concede button. And yeah, that's Delta. Always be reaping. JS reap out. Cool. Well, let's hopefully they are I wonder if they're actually on the reap out team. Probably. I think so. What do we care about? We don't really like any of these. It's good, good. Oh, gee. So they've always played all their decks. Hey, what's up, K-Dubs? That's me in the morning. We're gonna mulligan this hand. Alright, cool. So we got this phase shift. We have some not the best phase shift. We can at least get rid of this Hapsis. That's gonna do work against their board. So we're gonna start with the phase shift, and we're gonna Lost in the Woods. That Lost in the Woods shuffles two of your creatures and two of your opponent's creatures back into their decks. And yeah, here we go. Oof. Okay, so yep, more Delta unsuspecting prey. Cool. So their Delta is now 3, or yeah, 3 of the R1. So we're at -2 Delta. What's the best way to deal with this? They don't have any Amber, so we don't need to fight Crump or fight Bumpsy. So we're definitely going Brobnar here. Play our Fire Spitter to the right, and then we're going to Kangaroo Chieftain to fight into the Murmuk. Mostly because I don't care about this Nodil. I don't know if they have Amber or if they have artifacts in their deck. But so it might be detrimental to them. We don't have artifacts in our deck. Sorry, this one, after a player chooses an active house, they must destroy an artifact of that house. So we don't care about this creature on the board. They've traded, and they're going to reap. Oh, no, they're not going to reap. They are just trading everything. Oh, they have a Kangafant coming down. Okay, so Kangafant says, oh boy, all right. Whenever a creature reaps, it gets destroyed, and this is also a creature that must die. So, because they get to play extra cards, I am actually liking Untamed right now, because it doesn't change the Delta for them, but it does get rid of their cards and lets us play some other big dudes. It doesn't cost us it doesn't cost us our creature's health, and they still don't have an Amber, so we don't really want to fight too much right now. So we got Untamed. Play this creature on the right. Play this creature on the left. We'll play Nocturnal Maneuvers, gain some Amber, play Lost in the Woods again. We're going to shuffle our Bumpsy back in, and maybe the Fire Spitter, just because it's kind of like a pseudo heal. Yeah, that's probably okay. Maybe the Mushroom Man. I'm thinking I have this Anger in my hand, and I want to be able to maximize my Brobnarness, depending on what they do. Yeah. I don't really want to fight with the Mushroom Man. If I don't have to. But yeah, K-Dubs, people who are just showing up. Today's all about Always Be Reaping. Point of Keyforge is to score 18 Amber. First one there wins the game, and so by going the Always Be Reaping plan means basically first one 18 Amber wins, right? That's the goal. It's always been the dream. So we're gonna do some management here. We're going to fight the daughter. We're going to play this smash. It's not going to matter too much because we're going to kill everything. Gonna Anger, fight here. We're going to reap. Both of these daughters, sorry, let's end the turn. But so the daughter increases their hand size by 1, so it's a creature that we don't really want on the board. It's more valuable than our Fire Spitter. And our Wormhole, this Wormhole Technician also has a reap effect, so we traded our Fire Spitter for 2 creatures that were important, and this also Replicator also is really good. Represents a lot of unknown strength. Alright, Cloaking Dongle plus Sinus Officer Morpheus. Cool. How do we deal with all this? So we're out of fighting. What do? We can... Alright, let's go with Untamed. So we're going to Reap to stun and exhaust the Morpheus, which is unfortunately not the best way to deal with it. Gonna play Monkeys and a Hunting Witch. Hopefully our Hunting Witch is relatively safe here. This Morpheus is really scary. It needs to also get off the board by increasing the play effects that my opponent has. I have no idea because we didn't really look at their deck list. It could represent a lot of extra value. So like with this creature in particular, they could kill two creatures with it. And they also have start lines, which is just chock full of play effects. So they get to capture 2 Amber here. Stunner. Cool. We get to... Right. We don't have a lot of... I just get to keep resetting everything, which is super bad. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this, actually. Just going to go with Untamed. We're going to gain some Amber while we can. Go up to 6 ourselves. Gonna Reap here. Reap, stun, and exhaust the Fran. What do I do with this Monkey? I think I leave it alone. I don't want to lose my Hunting Witch. Although they could just fight the Hunting Witch. But it's fine. It's better to make them do it than have me do it. Yeah. It's tough. Yeah, so despite the Delta now being significantly in our favor, I still like their chances here. This transport platform can undo a lot of the work that we want to do. Also, so part of the reason for using Big Twig to stun and exhaust Fran is that if they want to get the Fran effect, they'll have to just essentially return this Amber to us by using transport platform. So they'll probably transport platform the Morpheus right now, just to heal it. And get to replay their stunner to gain 1 Amber. They stun our Piranha Monkeys, that's fine. Universal Translator, plus gain some extra Amber, sweet. They are going all in on this platform deck here. Alright, we'll forge our red key. They've gained so much. We're still going to go with Untamed. I think we finally... We're going to Reap, stun and exhaust this guy. Lets our Big Twig fight it. And this Mushroom Man can now fight it off the board. Can remove this stun. Play a Dust Pixie. Alright. So that we got rid of 2 points of Amber from them per turn thanks to this transporter platform. I don't care about Titan Guardian anymore. So now our Delta, oh my, this transport platform really threw off Delta math. But we should be pretty good now. Look at that, double Hapsis. Wow, this is so cool. I love this deck already. So we have We can pop the ward, deal some damage to our creatures, deal some damage to their creatures. What do we want to do though? Is that worth it? I think we can keep calling Untamed here. So we're going to Reap with this Dust Pixie, because it's going to die to this Prawn Monkeys. We're going to use the Prawn Monkeys. Reap. Stun and Exhaust. Reap. Stun and Exhaust. I guess we can Reap here. That's fine. Always be reaping. That's the theme of today. We'll Reap here. Blow up our Dust Pixie, put some damage on their creatures, pop some wards. I guess they do have the double hologramophone, so this is eventually gonna take us out. What are they doing? Transport a platform to return Hapsis to their hand. Okay. Ah. Red alert. Information Officer Gray. Cool. Great. Kirkar. Blue key. Alright, so we need 2 more amber to win this game. We have... I'm thinking about... Alright, so we can Reap twice and just go to 6. They can't really do anything about it. I guess they could transport... No, they can't do anything about it. We could play cards. Their Delta... Technically, we're tied on Delta. It's a 2 and 2, and they can unstun here. And then they'll pull ahead. But... Yeah. What do we do here? Yeah, let's just focus on the theme of today. Always be reaping. So we just keep going Untamed. We'll Reap. We'll stun. We'll Reap. We'll stun. And we'll end our turn. And this is keyforge. Always be reaping. Now we're at 6. They have to do something. Big Twig's doing lots of work for us. So now we've effectively reduced their Delta. Or Delta's still 0. Because they got 2 here to R2. We might have want to spend one of our stuns actually on one of these creatures, so to reduce the Delta. Alright, so they decide to trade. They get to draw 2 cards. It makes sense for them. This is a good creature to have die, and then they get to fight there and kill our thing. Hopefully, they're probably just trying to draw answers here. Code Monkey. Archive some cards. More Hapsis. More hologramophones. They must have something. I don't know. They don't necessarily have something, but they could. There we go. So yeah, that's Always Be Reaping. So yeah, good job. Thank you for the game. Yeah, me too. Alright, so that's 2 times with this deck. Let's play a different deck that's a little less... I suppose it's doing a good job at showing us what we want, but I like playing different decks every now and then. So we're going to switch it up. We're going to go to Preston. Preston, let's take a look at the deck for a minute. We're going to keep this hand. So this deck is full of a lot more valuable creatures. Toxin, Succubus, Ember Imp, Shret. Still more Brobnar, so we're still good at fighting. And then this Max the Knife and Naughty Umbra. There's a lot of good fights actually in this deck. But, so, the goal, so this should be a little bit more, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to determine our trades, hopefully. And when we should be reaping. Generally, because we're should have the better creatures on board, we should be choosing to reap more often. Wow, that's just super good. So we're gonna go dis here. We're gonna play our own creatures that are both gonna have to fight on the next turn. Fortunately, we have this control the weak, and we're gonna put them into not Mars. They could have punch. They could have positron bolt. Definitely not Mars. What do I want to see? I want to see Logos stuff. Yeah, this. So my initial game plan was to put a Shadow Self next to this Ember Imp to really protect it from stuff. Nice. All right, so we're gonna go dis. So we're gonna have to fight twice because it has elusive. And then we're gonna play the Charette on the right, just to play cards. Then our next turn is we're gonna put Shadow Self next to this Ember Imp, if it survives. And hopefully that should be good enough to keep the Ember Imp on the board longer. Against Brobnar, nice. It looks like their game plan was a turn 1 Zookeeper, and they're gonna ride that to victory. But this Ember Imp is also gonna. They're done. So they played Unguarded Camp and then this Gauntlet. So our Delta's 3. All the Delta math we were doing before. All this is good. This is gonna go against Always Be Reaping, because I'm gonna say that right now. I just want to protect. Having a protected Ember Imp is such a strong position to be in that I'm going to take it. So now we can Always Be Reaping. And in a dis if we need to or we want to. There's definitely some consideration to not put the Umbra here, because we definitely have more Succubus. We have one more Succubus and one more Ember, or even a Toxin that we probably also really want to protect. Definitely more so than this Umbra, probably. Maybe more so than this Umbra. The Amber control that this offers is important, but I really like this card control stuff a lot. And so if we can minimize their options every turn, that'd be the best ever. Alright, so now they can definitely fight. Yeah. So they're trying. They're working. So next turn they go Brobnar again. They can kill the Ember Imp. They can fight twice. How do we deal with this? So this Tendrils of Pain is going to mean that this will just die. And it won't accomplish much. So we're going to go dis. We're going to discard Tendrils of Pain. I'm tempted to fight down the Troll. Man, this. I think, or we just go always be reaping. That's the lesson of today. We're gonna do it. So this is part of fighting, the fight value that we can gain here. We can trade our play creatures for their their creatures. Actually, yeah. And hopefully, it's not gonna protect our Ember Imp, but if we have to trade both of our creatures, might as well get rid of the bigger creature. The Crump. Yeah, get rid of the bigger creature. So now this Crump has to decide if it wants to murder the Ember Imp, the Shadow Self and the Ember Imp, or the Shadow Self and the Succubus. So we're gonna come. So yeah, this is a little tough. I could be playing this deck wrong, but this Ember Imp has done a lot of work. It's forced them to do a bunch of awkward things at this point. We haven't really pulled that far ahead because of it though, and we kind of are spending a lot of effort to. This represents a lot of stuff that we could have had, that we spent trying to protect this Ember Imp. That's not really long for this world. Might have been better just to abandon it, but More Brobnar. Makes sense. They can't play a lot of cards. Yep. There they go. We lose one Amber. They fight again. They're probably out of cards to play at this point. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go Brobnar. We're going to play our own big set of creatures. We'll play this Loot the Bodies. We'll end our turn. They also might have like a Mars combo-y thing going on in their hand. That's why they had to get rid of the Ember Imp. This is good. We're gonna have another good disc turn coming up. Alright, so Delta Talk. We're up 1 because we have 2 of their 1. Ember Imp changes math a lot. It's a very must-kill creature, so both of us are spending a lot of time trying to either keep it on the board or pull it off the board. Changes the math a little bit. Alright, I'm finally going Logos. This is one that I told them to do and they said no. So what they build up after drawing 3 new cards. Doc booked in. I could have tried to play around like a Positron Bolt. No, I couldn't. Positron Bolt deals 3, 2, 1, and they could have started 3 on either side. So no matter what I did, the Succubus. Actually, no, never mind. I did play around with Positron Bolt. The Succubus can't die to any single card removal that they happen to have. So we're gonna go into this on our next turn. Looks like they played a lot of do-nothings. These both have reap effects, but draw a card isn't that strong in this game, so we're going to basically ignore it. We're going to play another Ember Imp. We're going to play a Toxin. So now we have these 3 really powerful creatures that are especially Ember Imp and Succubus are powerful because they sit on the board and they're doing their job by just existing. We're going to play this Poltergeist. We're going to destroy their Gauntlet of Command. And we're going to fight down. Alright, so today is Delta Day. So we're going to reduce their Delta. So killing a booked in here reduces their Delta to 1, or reduces their side of the Delta by 1 instead of killing the Crump, which didn't do that. This Crump does have a reasonable fight effect, and it does have its pick of the litter to kill all of these important creatures that we have. So it's possible that they go back into Brobnar, but they now have lost a lot of value on their Brobnar side. And part of the reason we're fighting with Troll is because when we start reaping with Troll, we get to heal it. We're going Logos again. Alright, they played Firefly. We're not allowed to fight on our next turn. It's fine by me. Don't really want to be fighting. More single card draw. I wonder if they're going to choose to fight here. Okay, so they chose to draw. Interesting choice, considering this Ember Imp is back. So they played 1 card. Their Chaos Portal, they got it right. So they get to play a card. Oh no, they don't get to play the card because of the Ember Imp. So they played Fogify and then they played the Library. And they used Chaos Portal to reveal the top part of their deck. Because Ember Imp's out there, they can't play it, so it sits on top of their deck. They might have missed that the Ember Imp is back. Cool. So no fighting. Always be reaping. So we're at 3 to their 1. So we're going to go Dis. Going to reap. Pull another card out of their hand. And we're going to reap. And we're going to reap. We're going to play this Library, the Damned, and we're going to end our turn. So yeah, that's always be reaping. No good trades for us. Not necessarily any good. There are some okay trades. We could definitely be like fighting with our Brobnar stuff. But the goal of the game, the goal of today is always be reaping. Second to that is fighting when you have to, and then picking good fights. And part of the way to determine good fights is figuring out how you can improve your delta. And the goal, always remembering the goal is to get to 18 amber. So that's what we're doing today. That, and what are they up to? This is slow. This is a much grindier game than the last one, or the last deck. This deck is much more grindy, mostly because these Ember Imps and these Succubus hang out. Reap with Bookton? Maybe fight with Bookton. That's what I would do. At this point, I'd fight with Bookton. It's not even trading. It's letting me take advantage of all these extra play effects that are, all the extra cards that you can get from Logos are only good if you get to play extra cards. So this Ember Imp is really shutting down the Logos stuff. Yeah, there we go. All right, so that makes sense right there. All right, so now Delta is 1. We're now +1 in Delta because we have 2 or 2 to their 1 and 1, and now they get to play a bunch of extra cards, hopefully for them. That's what's going on. They still need to deal with the Succubus and the Stocks. Oh, more Firefly. So still no fighting for me. I could attempt use Wild Wormhole to play Firefly. So one thing about my next turn, I still like the idea of Brobnar, mostly because this cannon can start picking off their creatures. It does get 3 cards out of our hand. Where Disc doesn't do that. So if we want to, like, cards plus board from yesterday says that Brobnar is a really good choice. We have 1, 2, 3, 6 versus 4 in Shadows and 3 in Disc. So we're kind of at a point where our delta is even. We don't really have a good way to interact with them. We definitely need to get rid of this this Coward's End. Because Coward's End destroys all undamaged creatures, which currently is mostly just our stuff. I Rebabble, draw a card. And I guess this Miasma is going to be good for us later. Alright, so they have Loot the Bodies coming up. So if we can minimize the Brobnariness of their next couple turns, that would be great. So we're going to go Brobnar. We're going to Reap. And we're going to Reap, because we can't fight. But we can Cannon. So I want to make their next upcoming Brobnar Loot the Body stuff. Discard. I'm going to play this artifact. We can sacrifice it to make them lose 2 amber. So my kind of game plan. So now we're +1 in Delta to their 2 over here. I guess Delta Math should have said we should have been focusing down one of these Logos cards, just so we could keep the Delta in our favor. But right now, like I said, I might be playing around the Loot the Bodies too much. They seem pretty happy to sit in Logos. They draw a card for turn. They're finally back up at 6 cards. They might. Hey, how's it going, Ultra Gecko? Welcome. Today is Always Be Reaping Day. And then talking a lot about Delta again. This time we're trying to focus on it. If you're familiar with the bouncing Deathquark concept, Delta. Blow the Titans. Alright, this is a big creature now. What are they going to reap with it now that it's not under threat of dying? Maybe? Or they could use it to start fighting off some of these valuable creatures. They decide to reap with it, makes sense. So, new game plan and reap. So, reap. So, yeah, they're happy to race here. fine by me. Yeah, I probably should have cannoned this. Things are good. Things are good. It's a fun day so far. It's a good day if I'm playing keyforge. We're gonna forge a red key. What do we want to do? We want to go. If we go shadows, yeah, shadows is fine. So the plan here is we're gonna miasma them. We're going to fight because it doesn't need to reap because it gains this 1 amber when we fight with it. Red key first. I mean, they're playing a Coda deck, and B, I don't think I've ever played against one. And this is Archon, so we don't technically need to be worried about it. Yes, we want to end our turn. Nice. How did you do in the Grand Championship? So at least on terms of Delta, what do we do? Well, we increase our Delta, have 4 creatures, so they're 2, so we're up by 2. We were previously just up by 1. We stuck some extra damage around the board. So now no matter what. So this Moon Cursor here is going to do too well. Oh, that's unfortunate. This Moon Cursor is actually a really good answer to this right now. So we can definitely do lots of good shadow stuff. Didn't do too well. 2/3 draw luck. That's unfortunate. Pop the Screech Bomb in case he has remote access. Oh, that's a good point. Actually, it's normally in my opinion that you should just pop the Screech Bomb as soon as you can. The only reason to hold on to it is hope your opponent misses it, and generally you don't want to play games hoping your opponent makes obvious mistakes. And I kind of forgot that. But yeah, that's a very good point. I don't know if they have it. Yeah, you get to play a lot of side events, or just the normal atmosphere of being at a big keyforge event. Let's see, how are we doing? We're doing actually really good in terms of how far we are through our deck compared to our opponent. We're at 7 to their 14. The last couple games when we were playing the other deck, when we were focusing more on reaping than just playing cards, like cards plus board. Ooh, Battle Fleet, interesting. Team Sealed, Archon plus some Speed Sigils. Oh yeah, forgot about Speed Sigils. That's cool. Team Sealed, did you guys do the, everyone plays a different format? Team Sealed? Alright, so Battle Fleet is a card that lets you draw a card for every Mars card in your hand. They have a Tunk, a Squawker, and a Key Abduction. That's cool. Looks like they're going... I guess they get to forge a key? What are they at? They're at 9 cards in hand. So they're at... Yeah. You have to play Team Arc. Oh, I assumed it was solo Archon. That's sweet, though. I'm excited for Worlds and getting to do that. Alright, they got to use Key Abduction. They spent like 1 extra amber on it, which is fine. It's like a key charge at that point. Hopefully I get to play in some sort of team event at Alameda. So what are they doing? So they have a, who knows what else they drew, but they can play a Tunk and fight something this turn, or reap. They probably drew something. So what do we do here? How much do I care about the Tunk? The only way I get to Worlds now is if someone invites me on. Aw, that sucks. Yeah. I'm going. I got my invite through a Prime win, and then the whole rest of the Prime season for us. Split, you love Speed Sigil. Yeah, the whole rest of my Prime season has been trying to help the other locals or other people at my LGS get their Prime wins. We weren't very successful at that, but it was fun. There goes Squawker Tunk. Yeah. Blind Speed Sigil. Will that just be... If it's Blind Speed Sigil, is that like Blind Sealed? Or is that... So, for people unfamiliar, Speed Sigil, I think it's just one game against one opponent, and that's it, right? It's kind of like playing, like it's almost like Crucible Online at that point. Ooh, that sucks. Okay. They decided to fight. That makes sense. They fought the thing, the poison guy, the moon cursor. All right. So what are we doing here? We got 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. All right. So our delta's still positive. Oh, we also lost our toxin at some point. Or no, I'm just bad at reading. Okay. What do we want to do? We can fight a bunch of times. We can probably. All right. We're gonna go shadows. We are going to steal one here. Fight, steal one here. Fight, steal one here. Now their delta is completely reduced to. They're only putting out 1 to our 3 currently on the board. We're going to reap with this creature. And we're going to play some more creatures on the right. This creature on the left. We're going to end our turn. Yes, I'm sure I want to end my turn. Oh, no mulligans. Looking through your deck just to play and discover. Yeah, that's a ton of fun. I did that kind of stuff. Yeah, I've only done something similar on release days for the most part. I've always wanted to try a format like a Speed Sigil-esque format, except you give your opponent your deck list, and then you play it first in principle. You swap deck lists with your opponent, but you never get to see your own deck list, so you know what to play around, but you don't know if you don't know what your outs are. And I thought that might be a fun, interesting way to play the game. And then you can try and figure out what's in your deck based on what you think your opponent's trying to play around. But yeah, Speeches is a lot of fun. Whereas Blind Speed Sigil kind of stuff is a lot of fun just for release events, and I guess, yeah. Alright, what are they doing? They're dock booked in to reap. They're not scared of it dying anymore. They're drawing some extra cards. They're trying to play some extra cards. With this Poison Wave, we're definitely not going to play it. Bumpsy comes out. Oh, that's cool. They got lucky off their Chaos Portal. This person's been having a lot of luck with the Chaos Portal. I think this is the second time out of 3 or 4 uses they've hit twice. Alright, so Bouncing Deathquark. Cool. They're going to start murdering everything on our board. They use to destroy our Succubus. Alright, they finally got rid of that. I forgot that was still out there, honestly. So our next turn is what we have. So Mac the Knife counts as any house. So it adds. It doesn't actually increase our delta by much, but it increases our delta in all of our houses. So technically, we have basically 4 Brobnar for our Brobnar delta, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 shadows. So we're probably going to go into Brobnar next turn. Hopefully, we'll see what they do. They're trading their Crump for our Naughty. Yep, and they're going to continue. They might trade the Tunk for something else, but I don't think so. So their delta's still 1 to our 4 in both of our houses that are up there. This is oh wow, they traded their Bookton for Dodger. Okay, interesting. That Bookton was a lot of reap value. I'm kind of surprised they did that. I hope they play more creatures. This war song could be really good if they play more creatures, but it's fine. So yeah, now Delta is still basically the same. We're at plus. I'm surprised they haven't taken out this Mac Knife. They trade Tongue for Umbra. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna go Brobnar. I think we go Brobnar here. I guess so. We're just gonna reap, 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 reap. Play this Anger. Reap. I guess play the War Song, because why not? Discard this Tremor. And end our turn. You don't want to activate Screech Bomb because they're only at 1. And that was our turn. So yeah, this is how Delta works. We have lots of options. They don't have a lot of options. That's trading, efficient trading. Playing your Delta helps. Watch basically keyforge classes, how practical applications of bouncing death work, I guess, but we'll probably get away from that in a couple days. I think I'm gonna focus on stuff at hand. Not sure what else we care. So what are we gonna do? Oh, I forgot to use Mac Knife. My bad. Let's speed this. I need to get better at that. In paper keyforge is not going to give me a prompt to be like, are you sure you want to use? You haven't used all your stuff. Forgot about Mac Knife the last turn. I thought the warning was for Screech Bomb, which it was, but that's what I get. Alright, so we've got this Creeping Oblivion here. Try and figure out if there's anything we might want to get rid of. Key Abduction, just because it's a Key Abduction Battle Fleet could be something that they could draw into to pull them out of this game. Aside from that, there's nothing too interesting in here. We could, on our side, we could get rid of like the War Song and the Coward's End. Or maybe even this Tendrils. Just so we don't have to draw them again. This Tendrils isn't that impressive, especially right now. Same goes with the Coward's End. Do we even want to go into this? Not really. We're going to play 2 cards. Cards plus board math. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically 6. 2, and then this is at 4, and Shadow's at 1, 2, 5. So we're still on Brobnar. Makes sense. Ooh, loot the bodies. Do they have Coward's End? Nope, we got the game. Sweet, GG. Alright. Yeah, there's always last minute call. Leave the game. Yeah, last minute qualifiers, last chance qualifiers. I'll be there. I'm glad that they added the team practice event that's running alongside the last chance qualifiers, because I was definitely planning on playing in the last chance qualifiers if there wasn't something else for teams to do on that day, because I think I'm showing up on Thursday. My flight lands on Thursday. I need to double check. Maybe Wednesday even. What does this clock mean? What does this clock mean? This clock means, I don't know. We're gonna join. Preston, once again. That's what I thought. We're here. Cool. We're gonna go first. We're gonna keep this hand because turn 1 Ember Imp is pretty good. Well, we don't have a lot of good ways to protect it. It should give us enough of a... Okay, Spartosaur, Tricerian Legionnaire. Sure thing, man. Yeah, that's interesting. What do I do here? We're gonna go dis. I think. This doesn't do anything. This is also nothing. So it's basically... We need them to gain some amber before we can turn on this card. So we're gonna go dis. We're just always be reaping. Reap. Play a creature. Play an action. Try and get ahead. There it is. There's the clock. So we're not doing very well in Delta. We actually really need our Coward's End. We're going to need our Coward's End to deal with this Spartosaur pretty much. They chose Shadows as well. Maybe they have their own Nerve Blast. Hugger Mugger. Pestering Blow. Okay. Well, that's interesting, to say the least. Alright, we're going to go with the... We're going to go with this. Or sorry, not this. We're going to go with our own Shadows. I have no idea. We're going to play this action. We're going to just pop the Sword. I don't really want to... So I'm giving them outs. They can fight this Hugger Mugger into here, into any of these things and kill my whole board, but what am I going to do? Not play my cards? Force them to deal with it. Sparse or fight, gain 2 amber. Golden Spiral, okay. The Golden Spiral, are they sorry about that? Okay. That's cool. I'm gonna go more Shadows. After friendly creature is destroyed, destroy each non-dinosaur creature. Alright. Oh, whoops. I guess I didn't want to go Shadows. That's unfortunate. That is a little unfortunate. I should have gone Brobnar here. So, part of me doing this is I'm hoping I can get some damage. I don't know. This Moon Curse is going to die this card's end no matter what. I don't think they're interested in fighting either. Look at those Harmonias. No fighting. Grasping Vines for nothing. Yeah. I guess we're going to go Shadows. No reason not to go Shadows. They have elusive. Doesn't matter that much. Action. Oh, whoops, whatever. Reap. And always be reaping. No, sorry, play this. Cool, so what do they do now? They could fight Harmonia. They could fight here, fight... No. They need one of their creatures to die. I guess they could fight here and then fight to kill one of their creatures to wipe my board. Mug, cool. Oh, they mugged their own creature. Interesting. Ronnie steal 2, nice. And Sparsaur is now a damaged creature. Should have thought about that. Yeah. Brobnar. Play this action because I don't really want to fight my Headhunter into that. Having trouble. They're doing a good job. Well, I'm having trouble establishing a board. Managing the delta. It's not going well. Not going in my favor. This Spyrosaurus does a lot of work. It's hard to deal with. And I should have dealt with it the previous turn. I was too interested in playing my Shadow Steel creatures when they clearly had a board wipe. It was not smart on my part. Spyrosaur remove stun, Golden Spiral fight. It's reasonable. If they do nothing else but fight here, then I might just control the weak them back into Saurian. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think they were gonna just do nothing else, but they exalted it. Okay. So they have 4 Shadows cards, 5 Shadows cards, 1, 2, 3, 4 Untamed cards. So they probably have the least amount of Shadows cards. Wow, they went for the fight. Wasn't 100% expecting that, but sure. Hopefully before tier, actually. So their delta is yeah, hopefully that's my plan. That's what I really like about watching. When I watch other people play any other game, I really enjoy listening to their logic at the very least. Yeah, that's my plan. That was the plan. I should have hit the record button, but I'll download these things. Hopefully by this weekend I'll create like a thumbnail and I get those up. I just feel a little bad that I have all these tournaments that I need to put up on YouTube. But I'll figure it out. Oh, look at them. Look at them go. Their Redder Golem. So now my key costs 9. Yeah. Spartosaur is... Oh, interesting. So they decided to remove damage. Or remove some of the power from the Stenopius here. To spread out the risk. Which is fine, I guess. We're going to go Dis. We're going to control the weak them into Untamed, I guess, in this case, because we want to forge a key and we don't want to put them into Shadows, which has the best opportunity to pull us off of Shadows. Creeping Oblivion. Opponents. We're going to get rid of this Ronnie and probably this guy. I'm not sure how much we want to deal with wards and taunt. It seems none of these other cards I care too much about. If they ever get back to it, we're going to pull them, whatever, it doesn't matter. So this is probably going to kill our Toxin, this special delivery. If I can help it, if they don't kill it now, I'm just going to do everything I can to protect it. Wow, they have a lot of big creatures. But we get to Forge. That's important. I really wish I had my Coward's End at this point. Oh, actually. Oh, yeah, I don't have anything. Yep, okay. Gonna forge a red key. I'm gonna go Brobnar. Play this cannon. I'm gonna play this war song. I'm gonna hold on to this Loot the Bodies. Only because this troll can fight basically anything. And then this Loot the Bodies is gonna trigger for a whole bunch. It's basically like my own Loot the Bodies Coward's End combo. Hopefully the troll lives. I don't see them. They could fight the troll with the Sinopius. That goes up to what's that? +5, 7 power? It's not gonna kill the troll actually. Well, I guess it will kill the troll when the Sinopius dies, but I don't think they really want to trade their Sinopius. I guess they could Reap Golden Spiral fight. They could get there. Or no, there's +2 from the Papa Anga. So they could fight this troll off the board if they really wanted to. Reap with redder. That's fine. It could also, like, yeah, I don't know what else. Other things they could have done Rustnar fight into Charette to kill one of my artifacts, even this turn. At least I'm almost, man. I really missed that Coward's End, but it was needed. I will have to, what are they doing? Sinopius to Exalt. Ooh, alright, so they are, oh wait, they, yeah, okay. Oh, they didn't, that's fine. Kill all non-dinosaurs. Well, Paraguardian. Jeez, look at this board. Coward's End, come back. Sinopius fights Troll. Alright, well, there goes that plan. Jeez. Okay. Guess we're gonna go with Shadows. We're going to pop that guy. So still trying to hope for this loot the bodies thing. I don't seriously hope that Mac the Knife. Well, it doesn't matter at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they can just gain amber by reaping here. And there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. But I can gain a lot of amber and feel good about myself. Actually, I won't gain that much amber. There's 3 amber for me to gain for loot the bodies, if I was capable of doing it. There it is, 6. Need anger. Oop, kick my camera. And that's actually the game. GG, I don't have anything. Alright. That game was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. Let's see if I can get one more game in real quickly. We're going to... Keyforge Pilgrim. You got it, man. We're going to go back to a Trekker, because it's a fast deck. From yesterday. Although Delta is really different in this deck than the other ones, mostly because it has a really small creature count. I think it's like 12. This looks fine to me. The gateways, whatever. I guess I can keep this hand. I'm going to keep this hand. I'm going to play the Life Ward first because I want to set up for this gateway when it's actually valuable. Or so ideally they're going to play a variety of houses. We're going to gateway and we're going to loot the bodies. We're going to go with this Carlo Phantom's interesting. I'm scared that they're going to have a bunch of artifacts, but I'm only getting 1 amber here. That's probably fine. Sanctum. So their Delta, we're never going to really pass them in Delta except for when we do like board wipe stuff. Oh, here we go. This is a fun thing. We get to do... So I actually might go for this plan. Yeah. Let's see if I... Yeah. So I need to get rid of these Umbras. Or these urchins. Let me just gateway first. No, we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna play this Lost in the Woods. We're gonna... Sorry, the plan is to Nature's Call, which is the I lock them here. So we're gonna Lost in the Woods 2 of these urchins. Hopefully they don't draw them back anytime soon. And then we're going to play this Nature's Call to return these Carlos. And we're gonna play our Witch of the Eye. And you know what? We're just gonna pop the life for it actually now. So A, they can't play their Carlos this turn. And B, it's gonna clog their hand up. Hopefully. Cool. I'm gonna go with this turn. As much as I don't really like this, so we saw yesterday. If you were here for the last time, sorry, not yesterday. I'm gonna hold on to this because actually no, I'll get rid of it. Which I can get back if I really need to. As I saw yesterday, the Drumble Terror stuff is really good. Sorry, should be a little bit more descriptive than that. I really like this one of this. Okay. One of the powerful things to do in this deck is to Drumble your opponent and then Terror them. We're gonna go Dis again. So our Delta is high. So I guess it's when Delta actually works in my favor. Terror is going to. Actually, I really want to protect this Witch of the Eye, so we're gonna fight here. If I can help it, I'm gonna protect this Witch of the Eye as much as possible. Do I want... There's no creature... There's actually 0 creatures for me to get back with this Arise, so we're going to discard it. And yeah. Oh, I missed... oh wait, it was exhausted. Okay. If I can unstun this Witch of the Eye, it's going to be amazing. There are so many broken things that this deck can probably do with the Witch of the Eye that belongs in any house. I really don't know what. I guess I can Blinding Light every turn. Yeah, that's pretty much my plan at this point. Alright, so we're gonna go Sanctum. We're gonna play Charge. Play Sequus on the right. We're gonna pop one of these Carlos. Gonna play this action. We're gonna stun all the shadows. Remove this stun. I guess I will give my Sequus a bump. Cool. Alright, Tunk. Squawker Tunk. Alright, Tunk kills Witch of the Eye. Well, it was fun while it lasted. I had the dream, but they got there. Wow. Double Grabber Jammer. And Phosphorus Stars. Haven't seen that one in a while. Okay. They didn't forge a key on their last turn. How do I deal with this? Untamed is pretty garbage. All of this is pretty garbage. So we're gonna go Dis in this case just to unstun everything. Doesn't sound very good, but that's what it is. This is rough. I guess, yeah. Alright, so this is a weird game plan. Is it? Yeah, we're gonna go Dis. We're gonna unstun. So the game plan here is we're gonna Tendrils. Oh, I guess I did forge on their last turn. Huh. Okay. Guess I will arise this turn. What I'm thinking of is using Save the Pack to finish off their board if I have the time. They reap to 7. Yeah, we're gonna end our turn. Hopefully draw a card here. Not necessarily the card we're looking for. So yeah, I want to save the pack and clear their board, hopefully. Silvertooth Reap. Cool. Capture 1. That's fine. Alright. Great. They fill for my trap, pretty much. Not necessarily a trap, but alright, so we're gonna heal. What I'm thinking about is there a way for me to gain more vigor amber? But we're gonna play Save the Pack. I want to find a way to keep my Schuler undamaged and leave them with more damaged creatures, but I couldn't figure it out. Exactly. So yeah, we did it. So now the whole reason we kept this Arise, or I kept this Arise, is because I imagine them going to 7, 8 amber, and then I get to Arise all these guys, but they have decided against that. Forge our red key. We're gonna go with Untamed. We're gonna play this Full Moon. We're gonna play this Hunting Witch, and we're gonna play this Inca to the left. We're gonna stun this Quixo so they don't get any free fights necessarily. And we're gonna go into check once again. And yeah. Here we go. Orbital Bombardment. So these mothers are gonna do some good work for them. But one of the key cards to this deck, because it has such low creature count, this Glorious Few tends to pay off. Nice. Alright, they're at 7. Which is kind of unfortunate, but we're going to do it. We're going to dis. We're going to play this. We're going to Arise dis, get back all of our dis creatures. So when they go to 8, I get to steal one with Schuler and then play Drumble, but they went to 7. So we're going to play this Drumble to the left, and then we're going to play this Terror, gain 2. Play this Dust Imp, play this other Schuler to the left. I think I'll just go ahead and play this Drumble as well. I know it's going to hurt. It hurts our Glorious View plan, but we gained a bunch of amber, and we are on check once again, so they have to deal with do something about that. Relentless Whisper's Nerve Blast, they are all about it. They also get to draw a million cards. So, there's that. Jeez, this guy has got 3 Urchins and a Fagin. Okay. Alright, we're going to go with Sanctum now. Shield of Justice. In terms of redress, we're going to capture 2 onto the Dust Imp, I guess. We're going to play this Glorious Few. Play this Vault Keeper to the left. They can't steal from us anymore until they kill it, which they don't really have good options to do so. Remove its stun. That's our turn. They are really close to winning this game. I'm not sure if I can do anything about it, actually. I really probably need this Lash. Yeah, Mother Fight Vault Keeper. That makes sense. Mother Fight, Mother Reap. Mother go to 6. My only real choice is to draw a Rise. Nope, I need to draw a Drumble because I've shuffled at this point. It's going to be tough. So terms of redress, stun. Time Traveler. I need to clear these grabber jammers. I miss my glorious few. They're at 7. I need Drumble at this point. Or I don't have anything. Their terms of redress still. Okay, now I'm done. That's game. Yeah, 2 mothers will do that to you. Blue key. But I put up a fight. That's about all I can hope for. That sucks. Alright, GG. That's it for me today. Let's see. I got anything else going on? One day this will be on YouTube, Keyforge class. Check me out. There's YouTube down there. I'm on Twitter. One Star Peeps. Yeah. What we learned today. I guess I kind of so yeah. Always be reaping whenever you can. Right? That's definitely a very important skill in Keyforge is reap. Find whenever you can reap. I kind of fell away from that last couple games. Yep, have a nice day. See you later. Delta is an important tool that you can use to try and figure out if you need to fight, where you should be fighting. And don't forget, it's a race to 18 Amber, and that's the point of the game. There's things like clock to consider and whatever, and that's what the Delta plus like this Amber math tells you is trying to really minimize or figure out your clocks and turn the clock to your advantage. I'll see you on Friday morning. I'm not sure what I'm going to go over, but we'll figure it out then. Saturday, hopefully I'll have a stream of local Chainbound. Not sure anything in particular is going on this week. In terms of that, sometimes we do goofy stuff, but for the most part, I think we're going to be pretty straightforward. Yeah, thank you and have a good day.